Hi, it's another lockdown. This one's called One Down, and if you're watching this for the first time, I'll quickly explain why. 2 weeks ago, for my lockdown show, we had a vote and we played the 6 most popular Otway songs that people voted for. Last week, we had a show when we played 6 songs that no one had voted for. I thought it'd be funny this week to do a show with just songs that only one person had voted for. This is the reason it's called the One Down. And 2 to go. When I started this show, these shows all those weeks ago, lockdown was basically 3 weeks. And then it got extended to another 3 weeks. And I found out today it's been extended another 3 weeks, which means this show is 1 down and then 2 more to go. So there's going to be another couple of lockdown shows after this one. Okay, this is Oddie voted for this song, interestingly enough. Now I don't know Oddie. I know some of the other people that have voted for songs, but I don't know Oddie. And it's interesting, the song he's voted for is a song that puts him into one of 2 categories, right? Because it's a disco song, so maybe he voted it for, because, he's a disco fan. And if he did, he's going to be a bit disappointed because from the way I play it, it really doesn't sound like a disco song. The other category he might be a really old person, right? Because this is a song called Telex, right? Now, there's some people that are watching this. I know there's some 16-year-olds that don't even remember what a fax machine was, right? Now, this predates fax machines by quite a long way. It was somewhere where you could actually be in one office and, type something in, and this teleprinter sort of miles and miles away would print out what you typed in. And maybe Oddie has sort of like romantic memories of that. If he did, he's a hell of a lot older than I am. So there you go, here's Telex, disco style Otway. Baby got a telex machine in the office where she is. We use it all the time to send messages. She lives so far away, I mean she can't afford the phone. She sends a telex when she's in the office on her own. Baby's improved so much since we started doing it. She types from 90 to 100 words a minute. Sometimes she can even beat that. She types "I love you, honey" in 2 seconds flat. Wow. I got the sack today. I thought the boss had gone home. He came back in when he heard the telex coming on. It's a little late for business to come through. Hey, this ain't business, it's a love letter for you. Baby got a telex machine in the office where she is. We use it all the time to send messages. She lives so far away, I mean she can't afford the phone. She sends a telex when she's in the office on her own. Excellent. I spent a whole week practicing that, and I didn't get it right, but you should have heard what it sounded like at the beginning of the week. I kept going, basically up until yesterday I was going, I can't do that, and then this morning I thought, hang on, I might get away with that. Probably didn't. Right, the next one, it's interesting with people that only voted for one song. What I thought would be funny, because they were the only person voting for them, was that I could name and shame them. And everybody would go, when they met them, because, you know, they voted for this song and nobody else wanted it. But it's quite interesting, actually, because it's funny with a lot of my songs. Because I've written them, I tend to like them. And sometimes other people don't. So it's very difficult when somebody actually votes for something for me to go, you know, to diss them. What's quite interesting is actually, looking at what we've got in these 6 songs, is 3 people that have, you know, got, you know, only 1 vote, are people that have seen my show hundreds and hundreds of times. Which means that they basically just, you know, thought, well, I'd actually like to see something different than something that I've seen hundreds and hundreds of times. And they picked some songs that, you know, I like and they like, even if they're the only one. And this is a nice song. It's called Day After Day. Oh, you might wonder who voted for it. It's Pam Ireland, who's seen loads and loads of shows, because she was the merch queen for years and years. Here we go. They say that it's colder in northern Alaska and that it's hotter down by the equator. I got these hot and cold feelings in my bones day after day, day after day. She tried to keep her feelings well hidden. Once she knew that she'd been bitten, but I went and read the diary she'd written day after day, day after day. I was amazed at all of the writing, all I had done and all I was doing, and the way that she saw the way I was living day after day, day after day. Waking up, the same situations and the same things to say, the same conversations I had as I started chasing and you kept on running away. My sister's at home, both of them married, my brother's abroad, he emigrated. I keep meaning to go home, but I haven't made it. My life is so hard, love is the cushion, faithfulness right, and jealousy poison. I try to keep my mouth shut and keep my eyes open all the time, with the same desperation that forced you to stay, with the same fabrication and lies that I kept on buying and you kept on giving away. Day after day, after day, after day, after day, after day. There you go. Oh, that was nice. Okay, and then from the merch person who did it up to a few years ago to Jason Briggs. Right, I know he's watching, because I spotted his name earlier. And he voted for this one, because this is, you know, a slightly obscure Otway song. For those on the that did the vote for the what should be the next Otway hit, when we voted for most, you know, Bunsen Burner won and Beware of the Flowers was second, but fourth, I think, was this song. It's called, and it's quite applicable now, I think if it came out now, I'm Cured, might actually win. This I'm Cured at, oh, and I'll just show you this because I'm quite proud of this. I had to learn a new chord this week, and it's this one. Might not sound very exciting when I did it there, but it comes up loads in the song, and I'm glad I learned it. I might use it more often than just this song. Here you go. rejection. She gave me an injection that immunised me from the disease of love. The burning infection was fierce, but it really did the job. She gave me protection with a pure dose of passion, and the antibodies did what they could. They killed off the bacteria that was causing the hysteria by dancing around in my blood. So you can move me, you can glue me, you can put your arms around me, play games I could never dream of. You can kiss me, caress me, try to seduce me, but I'm cured and I can't catch love. She gave me protection with a taste of my own medicine. She said, honey, does it hurt when I press there? She laughed and she cheated, she lied when I objected. Now that's what I call intensive care. So you can move me, you can glue me, you can put your arms around me, play games I can never dream of. You can kiss me, caress me, try to seduce me, but I'm cured and I can't catch love. Do you want a diagnosis? Do you want to get over this? She said as she was taking my pulse. I've taken some samples down to the lab. Just wait until you get the results. I was addicted, drowning. I had to keep swimming. I had to keep taking the drug. She used aversion therapy so no one else could get me. I now know I ain't got that bug. So you can move me, you can put your arms around me, play games I could never dream of. You can kiss me, caress me, even undress me, but I'm cured and I can't catch love. I said I'm cured and I can't catch love. There you go, Jason. Hope it was worth it. Okay, now this is interesting. This particular song got voted by Gary Top. Right, now Gary Top is and has been from basically 40 years my promoter in Canada, and he's just written a book. Gary Top, so for the people in Canada and people in England, and the people that made the trip over to Canada. He said he voted for this one. Said, look, if I vote for this one, will you plug my book? And it's the sort of thing that I would do. So he wanted me to play Toronto because, obviously, being the Canadian promoter, that's the song most applicable to his book. And oh, I'm in it, by the way. I am in it. That's why it's very exciting. And Toronto is a Murray song. Now, I just have to explain this quite quickly. When you have a band, like, you know, there's like two different sort of styles of people in a band. There's the musicians, and then there's the stars, right? And the stars aren't necessarily good musicians, but basically the musicians have to work around that. And you know, I like playing guitar as a star because you compose. But sometimes it's a bit tricky and some of the chords are difficult. And there's a couple of little devices, right, that get around that quite well. And one you might have heard of is called the capo, which means you only need to learn to play songs in one key, and then you can move the capo up and down. The capo goes on top of the strings and allows you to play, you know, in that key or that key. And the other device that's possibly even more useful for somebody like me is the crapo. Right, now the crapo is quite simple. What it does is it actually goes, I'll just show you, it just goes underneath the strings. It goes underneath the strings like that. And so it just means that you can just sort of play along to the songs and play guitar, and it's never out of tune. It's funny. The amount of times when me and the band have done shows when you know, Murray or Richard have come up to me and said, that song would have sounded a hell of a lot better if you'd have used a crapo. And so this song that was requested is in fact a Murray song. Now the difference between an Otway song and a Murray song is there's a lot more chords in a Murray song, and there's absolutely no way that I'm going to learn them. I asked Murray if he sent me the chords, and he made an excuse. partly because he knew that if I was going to try and play them, that it wouldn't sound very good, so he didn't send them. And instead I got the backing track, which does sound good. And you know, he sort of suggested, I didn't actually say it, but what he meant was use the backing track and use the crapo and we'll get away with it. So here you go, this is Toronto. In Toronto, on a clear day you can make a trip up the CN Tower at 50 miles an hour. A hired hand then muttered something about a girl, and now we've lost her already. I wish they had told me. North America, then fingers crossed when we get to Canada, where it's always tough and someone always stops up. In Toronto, gotta get up, time to stop and reassess, but no, it's the depression that someone gets arrested in the evening, rather than a hotel guest. Get wounded in action, hospitalized in traction. To America, it's ostrich free till you get to Canada. Then you're out of luck, 'cause someone always knocks up. In Toronto, America, by road over to Canada. It's freezing and too hot, and suddenly the band stops. You're always out of luck, 'cause someone always stops. Keep your fingers crossed, 'cause someone always mucks up. In Toronto, in Toronto, in Toronto, in Toronto. Didn't it? So yeah, well done, Murray. Thanks for not sending the chorus. I saw there's tons and tons of people out there that I really appreciate that. Especially the guy that voted for Telex. So it's going, well, why didn't you do that with Telex? A couple more to go. I said the people that three of the people that voted have seen lots and lots of Otway songs. This is Deadly's choice, and this one will need a capo. I actually asked Richard Hogarth, who basically did the music for this song, if he'd send the chords, and he was kind, and he did. And I practiced it. This is I think Deadly voted for this. It is, I think, a really nice song. It goes back to the year 1969 when I was just 17. My violin teacher, who'd taught me to play a musical instrument, basically gave me promotion to the first violins in the Aylesbury Youth Orchestra. And in the spring that year, something really nice happened. We went on a course, a weekend course, and what was nice. There was, in the evening there was an informal concert, and we were allowed to perform, you know, to the other musicians in the orchestra.
I'm having trouble with the connection. Please try again in a moment.
And we played the orchestra, and I played a version of "Where Do You Go To, My Lovely," right, to my orchestra mates. And they went down a storm. It was a really emotional version, and they basically had classical music up to here, you know, early kids. And then they had some buffoon sort of crawling around the stage with tears coming out of his eyes, singing an emotional version of Where'd You Go To My Lovely. And I got a standing ovation. And it was the first time I've actually went down well in front of an audience. And also in the orchestra was my first girlfriend. And so 3 things happened, you know, just over that period, you know. Yeah, an audience, I'd cracked an audience the first time, got a girlfriend, and it was sort of like a rite of passage for me, that moment when your life sort of changes. And the conductor of the orchestra and the person that taught me the violin was a guy called Tony Freeth. And I wrote this song after he died because there are, and a lot of people have them, yeah, just one good teacher that changes everything and makes your life different. I mean, I'm here largely, standing here largely because of him. So here you go. This is from the... Pick up your viola, imagine you're in the orchestra, looking over at the first violins. Then imagine the conductor who held us together in those decisive years of our teens, waving his baton like a magician, weaving spells and teaching us tricks. And I've forgotten the realization I'd love to do something like this. A kiss from a princess, a gift of an audience, a stage to build a career. All given swiftly from April to June, the very same year that they walked on the moon. Pick up your viola, play the first notes of Geneva, and think, where in the world did this begin? Then remember the lesson when you were first given the keys to let yourself in. Looking back, I see the connection, I now see the magic that did the trick. The first chapter of an adventure that leads to something like this. A kiss from a princess, a gift of an audience, a stage to build a career. All given swiftly from April to June, the very same year that they walked on the moon. And decades later, Hugh would pick up the baton from Anthony Allen Freeth, saying, if you have dreams, I can help make them happen, because that is the reason we teach. A kiss from a princess, a gift of an audience, a stage to build a career. All given swiftly from April to June, the very same year that they walked on the moon. A kiss from a princess, a gift of an audience, a stage to build a career. All given swiftly from April to June, the very same year that they walked on the moon. Thank you. Okay, coming up to the last. So I'll just do the birthdays. The birthdays, Fred Clifford. She's been a fan since 1977 and she's coming up to her 60th birthday, so happy birthday to her. John Davis last Thursday, who was his birthday, and Catherine Hayes' birthday is coming up. Okay, right, now next week's, we've got 2 more to go. Next week's one's going to be Eider Down. Eider Down, because I'm doing 6 covers. Okay, I don't know what they are yet, and if you have any suggestions of songs that I could ruin, do suggest them, and I'll have a go and see if I can ruin them. So that's next week's one. So tune in then if you can. This is 1 down, 2 to go. I thought what might be quite good to fit in, you know, with the title of the show is have a song to finish off with that 2 people voted for. And this is Richard Grimsdale, and Roy Bowerman both voted for 21 days. The reason I thought we did this song is, if you've got another 3 weeks to go, I know that is 1,814,400 seconds, so you can start counting. I'll leave you this. Maybe you feel, it's been a bit of a lock-in. This song sort of, reflects that. I met her through a friend out on parole, who took me down to meet her at the jail. 21 days with remission, and my baby will be out of prison. 21 days, 21 days. What a shame, she broke the law, 'cause I miss my convict soul. The days are only go so slow, and she's got 21 days to go. 21 days, 21 days. I miss my baby, she misses me. Got 3 weeks until she'll be free, thinking of me in her cell for her last 21 days in hell. 21 days. 21 days. Angel behind bars, I'm here waiting for you. 1,814,400 seconds. 30,240 minutes. 504 hours to go. 21 days it goes so slow. 21 days. 21 days. 21 days with remission. My baby will be out of prison. 21 days. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next week if you can handle it. Cheers.